Good day, grade 11 students. So this is again Director RJ S. Alarve, and I welcome you to this new lesson and new video tutorial for Earth Science. So before I proceed with the different lesson objectives and with the new lesson, so let us have first the introduction for this new chapter. So we all know that Earth is not just a planet, but this is actually our home planet, and this planet actually provides the different resources that are vital and essential to human survival and development. And some of the factors that enable Earth to support life are already tackled in this subject. And some of the resources that are given and provided by planet Earth are said to be renewable, while others are said to be non renewable or limited because of the Earth's inability to renew these resources as fast as they are being expended by humans. Because of this restriction, there is a need to conserve and protect the existing natural resources so that they will all be strive and available for the future generations. And in this chapter, we are going to focus on the resources found on the earth and the impacts of humans to these resources. And we are also going to tackle the different Earth's material that came from the four major forms such as minerals, rock, soil, and water. However, Earth is not just a source of valuable materials that are vital to human survival and development, but planet Earth is our home planet. And let us have now the first lesson under this new chapter, which is the world of minerals. And speaking of minerals, the first thing that we need to understand and to know is what is a mineral. So mineral actually refers to the naturally occurring inorganic substance with a crystalline structure. And these crystals are composed of a repeating structural unit composed of atom of one or more elements. So basically, this is a mixture of either same atom of same element or different atom of different elements. Another thing is it is known to be the building blocks of rocks. When we say building blocks, this is the foundation of a specific thing. And here, when we say that mineral is the building block of rocks, it means that rocks will not exist without a mineral. And now let us have the general characteristics of minerals. So there are actually four. And what are these? So first we have minerals are said to be naturally occurring chemical compounds. Second, they are said to be inorganic. When we say inorganic, these are compounds that are not composed of carbon. And third, they are said to be homogeneous solids. So it is a type of mixture that is also known to be solutions. And here in the homogeneous solid, it means that it is existing in a solid form wherein yung components niya ay hindi mo ma-identify na yun yung mga components niya. And lastly is that some of these minerals are made up of only one element. So na-mention ko na kanina, pwedeng maraming elements yung nagko-compose sa isang mineral or pwedeng isang element lang pero repeating structural unit. And the question now is, how are we going to classify minerals? So what are the things that we need to consider in order for us to classify the type of mineral? And we have the so-called properties of minerals. So these properties of minerals are also the clue in order for us to classify minerals. So we have actually two properties of minerals. First, we have the physical properties, and second is the chemical properties. And based on these physical and chemical properties, we can therefore conclude and classify minerals according to their physical and chemical attributes. So let us have first for this video tutorial the physical properties of minerals. So when we say physical properties of minerals, these are properties of minerals that pertains to the physical appearance or attributes of a specific mineral. And There are actually 13 physical properties of minerals. And what are these? So first, we have luster. So luster refers to the quality and intensity of light that is being reflected from the mineral's surface. And a mineral with high luster is said to be very reflective. And take note of this, that luster can either be metallic or non-metallic. Basta kaya niya mag-reflect ng light sa kanyang surface, yan ay luster. And here we have the picture showing a mineral that is exhibiting the what we call luster. Second property, we have color. So color refers to the actual or body color that minerals have. And take note of this, that color is not a reliable basis for identification of minerals. Why? Because some minerals exhibit many hues. Ibig sabihin yan, maraming minerals ang nag-e-exist sa maraming kulay. And there are also lots of minerals that share similar or same colors. That's why it is not a valid basis for classifying minerals. And here we have an example. So some minerals can exhibit a range of colors. And the mineral, for example, quartz. Okay, quartz, for example, can be pink. And the moment na yung quartz is pink, ang tawag din is rose quartz. And nag-e-exist din siya in purple color, magiging amethyst na siya. Pag orange naman is citrine, and pag white naman is the colorless quartz, and etc. So these are the reasons why color is not a good basis in identifying minerals. Third physical property is the what we call streak. So streak is the color of the powdered minerals, wherein ma-identify natin yung streak nung specific na mineral if we are going to use an unglazed porcelain plate na kung saan pag in-streak natin yun doon, makikita natin yung totoong kulay nung mineral na yun. And take note of this, that this streak is also a good basis in identifying the metal present on a specific mineral. And here we have the picture showing the streak. So take note of this. So this is actually the porcelain or unglazed porcelain plate, wherein ayan, in-scratch natin dyan yung color black. So definitely the color or the body color of this mineral is black, pero the color of this mineral is actually maroon. So you can see the difference between the body color or the color and the streak or the powdered mineral's color. And moving, we have number 4, hardness. Hardness is the ability of the mineral to resist scratching or abrasion, and it is determined using the what we call Mohs scale of hardness. So we also have this index mineral and scale. So we have this scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 10 being the hardest according to the Mohs scale of hardness. And we also have sample mineral under this scale. So for the 10, we have diamond, 9 the corundum, 8 topaz, 7 quartz, 6 orthoclase, 5 apatite, 4 fluorite, 3 calcite, 2 gypsum, and 1 is the talc. So these are some of the examples of the hardness of a specific mineral. And moving forward, we also have the different pros and cons of using the Mohs scale of hardness. And let us have first the different pros of using the Mohs scale of hardness. First pros or the advantages of using Mohs scale of hardness is that Mohs scale of hardness is really easy to do the test. So madali lang siyang gamitin kasi nga i-identify mo lang yung hardness niya. And it can be done anywhere, anytime, as long as the place is not dark. And Mohs scale is highly relevant for field geologists to roughly identify minerals using scratch kits. And it can be done without a few kits, or it could be done handy. And for the cons or the disadvantages of using the Mohs scale of hardness, so Mohs scale of hardness is said to be qualitative. Why? Kasi nga dito i-identify mo lang whether hard ba siya o hindi siya hard, ano yung um, level niya doon sa Mohs scale of hardness, wherein for a minerals basis, it's really better to be quantitative or meron tayong number na may represent. Okay, and second, cons of using the Mohs scale of hardness is that it cannot be used to test accurate hardness of industrial materials. Why? Kasi dito sa industrial materials, it must be exposed into extreme heat and pressure para malaman natin kung accurate ba yung kanyang hardness. So that's all about the Mohs scale of hardness or the hardness. Next, number 5 is the cleavage. Cleavage. Ayan. So, iba yung tumatakbo sa isip ng iba sa inyo. Pero cleavage is the number 5 physical property of mineral, wherein cleavage is the tendency of the mineral to split or break along parallel planes of weakness. And also, it is the property of some minerals to break along parallel repetitive planes of weakness to form smooth, flat surfaces. These planes of weakness are inherent in the bonding of atoms that makes up the mineral, and these planes of weakness are parallel to the atomic planes and appear to be repeating within the mineral. So take note of this. The reason bakit dapat magkaroon ng cleavage yung isang mineral is for us to achieve the smooth and flat surfaces on the surface of that specific mineral. So ito yung point doon sa mineral na yon kung saan pwede siyang mahati yung weak point niya. Yun yung cleavage. Next, number 6 is fracture. Some minerals may not have cleavages but exhibit broken surfaces that are irregular and non-planar. Quartz, for example, has an inherent weakness in the crystal structure that is not planar. So we also have here an example of fracture are conchoidal, fibrous, Hackley, and uneven among others. The variation in the surfaces of the minerals are said to be the fracture. And here we have the fracture collection. So ito magkakaiba siya ng fracture. Ayan, as you can see on your screen. Uneven fracture, conchoidal. Ayan. We have the Hackley, splintery, subconchoidal, even. Ayan. So that's all about fracture. Next, we have the crystal habit. So crystal habit refers to the visible shape exhibited by the minerals. An example of this are the cubic, tetragonal, hexagonal, and trigonal. And here we have the different pictures showing the crystal habit of different minerals. So we have cubes, octahedra, blades, hexagonal prisms, tetragonal prisms, rhombohedra. We have also compound forms and dodecahedra. Next, number 8 is the specific gravity. Specific gravity is said to be the measure of the relative density, and we solve for the specific gravity using this formula wherein specific gravity is equal to the mass of the mineral over the mass of equal volume of the water. And also, specific gravity is the ratio of the weight of a mineral to the weight of an equal volume of water. And a bucket of silver, for example, would weigh 10 times more than a bucket of water, which is only one specific gravity. It is a measure to express the density or the mass per unit volume of a mineral. Next, number 9 is magnetism. So this is the ability to get attracted to a magnet, and hopefully nung kabataan nyo ay na-train nyo din na may hawak kayong magnet tapos nilagay nyo yan sa buhangin, and then nung tinaas nyo yung magnet na yun, meron kayong nakuha na mga nakadikit sa kanya ng parang mga maliliit na magnet, and that ability of that specific mineral to get attracted to a magnet is called magnetism. And an example of this mineral under this magnetism is the magnetite. Next, number 10 is taste because some minerals have the characteristic taste. So, tinitikman, nilalasahan at nilalasahan yung ibang mga minerals. So, example of this is the halite. So, halite with the common name salt. So, just like pag bumili ka sa tindahan, no? Pag inutusan ka ni parent mo, anak, bili ka muna ng asin, pwede mong sabihin, pabili nga po ng halite. Try nyo minsan. Alright, and moving forward, let us have number 11, which is acid reaction. So acid reaction, some minerals that contain carbonate will react to hydrochloric acid forming carbon dioxide gas bubbles. Number 12, we have feel. It refers to the texture of a certain mineral. So pag hinawakan, it's either smooth, rough, or also pwede siyang greasy or soapy because talc is said to be greasy or soapy. And we're down to our last physical property of mineral, which is the presence of striations. So striations, some minerals such as pyrite have closely spaced fine grooves on their crystal faces. And we have here the picture showing the presence of the striation. So ito siya, yung parang magaspang na parallel lines on the surface of a specific mineral. So that's the presence of striations. And just a recap, so here are the 13 physical properties of minerals. So first we have luster, color, streak, hardness, cleavage, fracture, crystal habit, specific gravity, magnetism, taste, acid reaction, feel, and lastly is the presence of striations. And those are the 13 physical properties of minerals. And for the next video tutorial, we're going to have the chemical properties of minerals, which is the more valid and reliable basis in classifying minerals. And that would be all. But if there are concepts that are unclear to you, don't hesitate to contact me on any of this contact information, Facebook, Gmail, and cell phone number there on your screen. And just a reminder again, grade 11 students, in 1 Corinthians 10:31, when you eat or drink or do anything else, always do it to honor God. So that would be all. See you on our Zoom meeting this week. God bless grade 11 students.